Hi, Sofam. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. I hope everybody is good and having a good week. I've been recharging my batteries, basically. But I'm back. And I'll be back now doing my daily videos. So I don't know how everyone else this week has been, but mine has been interesting to say the very least. So I've got quite a lot to catch up on, obviously. So it's going to be a bit all over the place, but I'll try and catch you up on what's been going on from my perspective. Okay, so where do we begin? Wow, England have won. Well done, England. Yay. And before I go any further, amazing, by the way, FYI, toast amazeballs. I thought I would do I've learned 5 more I love yous in other languages. And I'm going to start with Ukraine. And it's Yetebe Lubu. Great. Russian. Putin. Yelubu Vas. Chinese. Xi Jinping. Wo Ai Nei. Haitian. Muen Mueu. Japanese. Watashi wa anata o aistemasu. Boom. Got my 5 in. So the what I've just seen is NHS protesting with unison all over the country. Oh yeah, salute frontliners, salute all these people that put their lives on the line for us every day, day in, day out, no questions asked. The least we can do is fight right back for them. Do you know what I'm saying? So so the NHS has started protesting. And then I thought, why aren't the police doing the same thing? You know what I mean? Because the police are actually supposed to be completely independent of government. And they should be fighting alongside us, not against us. So, just saying, Popo, whose side you on? Do you know what I mean? They're taking away your rights just as much as they are ours. Maybe you should start protesting too. Oh, and that goes for military as well. Love you guys. Love you guys. All of you. So, oh yeah, this is kind of real tangent. But it's just kind of, it's all to do with what's going on anyways, which is I'm on Snapchat, and I created a Snapchat way back when. I've never used it. And somebody this week, yeah, sent me a snap. Some guy sent me a snap randomly, sent me a photo of himself, go and snap me. I went, I mean, don't get me wrong, he was good looking. But I went, I'm sorry, I'm taken. Leave me alone. And I just thought the whole thing of it was weird. Like, just randomly a man snapped someone. And it was like it wasn't like a rude picture, but it was a picture of him like topless going, oh, snap me. Anyway, so I went, I'm taken, sorry. I wish you well. Anyway, that was that. And then about 12 hours later, he sent me another picture of him slightly more naked, not full naked, going, I'm whatever it was, like I'm bored or something, snap me. And I went, I don't know if you got my last message, but I'm still taken. Thank you. I don't know what kind of woman you're confusing me with, but you ain't gonna get no luck here. And then that was that. And then about 12 hours later, I'm not even shitting you, he sent me a picture of him totally naked with an erection. Now, I was like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Seriously, I was like, I don't know you from fucking I don't know who you fucking are. You sent me a random bit. Like, what kind of woman are you used to speaking to? Right? What kind of fucking woman are you used to speaking to that's going to respond to that in any kind of positive way? I was like, no. I was like, no. But is that what's that's about? Is it? We've got problems. You know what I mean? I don't. This is not. I don't know any. I don't know this person. And I told him no from the first message, the first snap he sent me. Like, who are you? I don't know you. No. And then he still tried again, and I said no again. And then he tried again with a dick pic. Like, that was going to change my mind. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so that's needless to say, I went, you can't handle this. No means no. I'm taken. And then after that, he hasn't sent another one. But it's more concerning that this is occurring on Snapchat. And not only that, this week there's an 11-year-old that's the youngest person ever to have a baby. Like, what world are we living in where this is going on, this is occurring? Like, I'm sorry, but what are the parents of that 11-year-old doing or not doing? And more importantly, as I said before about this sex education, like, we need to be fucking scaring the shit out of these kids, frankly. Because if they think they're going to be having sex at 11, and it doesn't, and it sounds awful, but it doesn't surprise me because I was abused at 9. So, but it's disgusting and it needs to stop. And the only way is by being brutally honest and saying, like, these are not talking about as I've said about this previously, not talking about the ins and outs, but talking about these are fucking consequences. Show them all the nastiness. Show them all the STDs, worst of. Show them all the worst birthing videos. They think it's a game. It's too easy. It's too easy. We you know, it's just made into it like it's nothing. Sex has become like it's nothing, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be like it's means something with the person that you're supposed to be having it with. It's a spiritual connected thing. It shouldn't just be like that. And us having it made it like that, and how porn has been so accessible, has made it so that fucking children can access it. An 11-year-old having fucking sex, like, we please, like, what the fuck? I literally can't even fathom this information. And this is a random tangent as well. I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out from the last week. This is going to go left ways, up ways, sideways. And this is to do with racism, because, you know, there's those DNA tests and they tell you like what percentage this, that, and the other you are. So nobody is 100% anything. As much as I like to poo-poo on there, oh, we're so, you know, 100% whatever they think they are. Yeah, the fact of the matter is they ain't. No one is, and they should be doing. People that are proper racist should be doing a DNA test to see where they come from. And I promise you now, much like everyone anywhere that does one of those DNA tests, they will be absolutely shocked to find out the percentage of whatever country or, you know, their ancestry that they are. And that might fucking shut them up. And not only that, the only people, and I hate to, you know, be, and it's not nasty, but how can we live in a world, yeah, where Mormons basically fuck their own children, or they get their children to fuck, like, it's all within, it's incestuous. Not only is it polygamous, which is illegal, but it's also incestuous, and it's all to try and create this whole purebred, like, you know, weirdness. And it's basically a cult, and they don't know any different because they're only allowed to learn within themselves. And that's not only is it allowed to continue, but also it is promoted on TV like it's a cool thing. Like, yeah, be polygamous. Like, no. Like, one guy, the guy who created the Mormon religion, basically went, right, I'm a cheater. How can I make this okay? Oh, I know. I'll create my own religion. I'll create my own religion and make everyone believe it, much like cult leaders do. And I'll say it's okay for us to have sex with children. And I'll say it's okay for us to have sex with each other's children, and children have sex with children, and make it like it's a religious thing. And that goes on today. Like, how it what? And there's Mormon people in Senate and in Congress. No word of lie. Google search that shit. Put it in Wikipedia. Go, how many Mormons are it there in? And have a little look. It's fucking crazy shit. Says that. I know these are just collective of thoughts over the last week. General government fuckery continues. Oh, sorry. Right. In the sense of, I just did some quick maths. Okay. I'll share my quick maths with you. So let's just remind ourselves of the numbers in terms of COVID. So in the UK, 127,000 people have sadly passed away. Now, it's important to remember that most of those had what's called comorbidities. They've been listed as COVID, but they actually had comorbidities, which could be anything from cancers, heart disease, liver disease, and the list goes on. Okay, so the number of people that actually died of just COVID that had nothing else is like 3 digits. It's in singular, less than 1,000 out of that. 127,000 out of 66 million, population of 66 million, is 0.19. And they talk about that whole number of one, and the number is 0.19. Now, if you do the same quick maths using a calculator and the global population stats. So Russia's 144.4 million, yeah. And they've had about the same number of cases. So they're double the population and the same number of cases. So that's 0.09. I've seen a video of Putin. So on the BBC News, not BBC News, on Sky News, they're talking about how they're having mandatory vaccinations. And I've seen a video of Putin saying that he's against mandatory vaccination. So what is going on with our media? Because if Putin himself is saying on Russian media he is against mandatory vaccination, and their deaths are half based on their population of what ours are, then whatever we're being presented with on our TV screens via mainstream media is straight bullshit. I'll put the links in. I'll put the links into him saying it so you can see it for yourself. And not only that, Putin is a legend. And all of this doom and fucking gloom and people going, World War III, fuck you. It isn't World War III, yeah. They're trying to make it World War III. Certain people in certain places are trying to aim for that, and they're doing whatever they can to make people think that. But if you actually spend the time doing the research and actually listening to the people from those countries, i.e. Russia and China, that is absolutely not what they want. And it's absolutely not what they're doing. It is absolutely what America and the UK are trying to do. Why? Well, because war makes people fucking money. It makes them a lot of money. It makes certain companies a lot of money. And all of those companies are based in America and the UK. It suits their purpose. And again, I'll put in the links, evidence of, and just a bit of a brain fart / mind melt. Going on from the scientific research from Masutu Emoto, I think that's his name. I said about the other day, and I've previously said, which is about the power of thoughts, words, energy, vibration, frequency, sounds on everything around us but water. So you have an equal and opposite reaction, positive and negative, love, hate, right? And if you think on that small level, that on the basis of that research there, in terms of he spoke positively, he played positive music, he put positive words in water, and the same with negative, and that had an actual, molecular response in the water. So first and foremost, that is going to have a molecular cellular response within us because we're 70 to 80% water. But more importantly, what is that going to do? That's one man, one test tube, right? So what then, if you think big, i.e. there's 7.8 billion people. And if 7.8 billion people, or a large proportion of those 7.8 billion people, are thinking negatively and acting negatively and saying hateful words, acting hatefully, what not only is that what is that going to be doing to their own biology, but what is it going to be doing to the water around them? And I say that because he obviously was doing it with water in a test tube, right? And all of our weather system is based on water, because it condenses and then it evaporates and goes round in a cycle like that. But if you think of it on that level, and if we can have an impact on water in a test tube, one person, one test tube. If you have 7.8 billion people all thinking negatively or all being hateful or whatever, what is that having? What effect is that having on the water around us, let alone the water within us? And that's just without knowing what we're doing. See what I'm saying? because not everyone knows about that research. So could our negativity, could our anger, could our fear, could our hate be impacting directly on the basis of that research, as in one man, one test tube? If you've got 7.8 billion people and the planet, the water on the planet in the system that it's in, what effect can that have? See what I mean? There could be a direct link to the weather that we're seeing, couldn't there? We could be directly responsible for the cray weather because of our cray behavior and our cray thoughts, and our inability to control our emotions could be directly impacting everything that's happening, on top of the companies that are just polluting the planet constantly. I mean, it has got to. I mean, that makes sense when you think about it, as in on a scientific level, on the research. If water holds memory, if consciousness can transfer from us to water and vice versa, positive, negative, etc., and the change in the actual molecular, the cellular structure of it, which has been proven on that level. Because even just watching earlier on, Hong Kong's having floods, Japan's just had a flood, you've got cray hot weather in Canada and all over the US. Is anyone gonna actually go, oh, okay, maybe we might need to do something now? Like, all this talk, it doesn't mean fuck all, because we can talk till the cows come home, but we actually need to do something. And we need to do it now, not tomorrow, not next week, not in a year's time, not in 2 years' time. We need to do it now. We need to start it now. This fucking talk, debate. It's like, shut up already. We already know the problems. And we already have solutions. So all we need to do is actually just stop fucking around and just implement the solutions that we've already got. And it's just they're wasting time. And they're wasting time. Why? Because they're making money off the status quo. And that is just a fact. And if you look back on, for example, with the government, so here's a good one. They're talking about we're going to do a global tax rate. Everyone get excited. Hold on. Yes, it is good that 130 countries has agreed to a global tax rate. It is not good that the rest haven't agreed. And why haven't they? It's like no one loses. If everyone agrees to a base tax rate, nobody loses, because everyone will be at the same level. So no company is going to move somewhere else to try and get a cheaper deal, because everyone's at the same level. So the people that don't want to agree are basically going, by not agreeing, we'll get all the business. And not only is that making them shameful, but also it means that they're denying their country that extra money. Yeah. So anyone that doesn't agree to it is basically denying their country and their people extra money in corporate tax that would go towards services. So you need to be looking towards your governments in those countries and be saying, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Ireland, sorry, love you guys, but your government, yeah, they're trying to go, oh no, we don't want to join up to the 15%. 15% is fucking nothing. Every staff member pays more than that. Every person that works for these big corporates pays way more tax than that for a get-go. Yeah, they're basically slaves. And they don't want to raise it by 2.5%. They want to keep it at 12.5%, and they don't want to raise it to 2.5%. That 2.5% will be millions, if not billions, of extra money for your country, for your services, for your mental health, for your health service, for your police. And they don't want to sign up to that because they want to go, oh, we want to be cheaper so we can keep some people here. No, if everyone has the same base rate, end of, no company will be sliding off anywhere doing any slide business because everywhere's the same. So they just stay where they are. So the shady fuckers are the ones that won't want to agree to it. End of. Now, second point on that is that they're going, oh yeah, but we're gonna do it by 2025 or something stupid like that, right? Right. Here's my fucking problem with this. They managed to change laws within a day during COVID, laws that we don't even know that are being changed because they're not doing any checks and balances. They're just sliding them under without anyone knowing, but they do it within a day, right? So they go, oh yeah, oh shit, we want to quickly change this law. They'll do it. They won't have a debate on it. They'll just change it, and they'll do it within a day. And they've done it over the past several times, right? So when it's something that they want it to change, probably because it benefits them in some financial way, let's face it, they do it. No questions asked, done. But the corporate tax rate, a global corporate tax rate that everyone was going to agree to, they're trying to say it's going to take them several years to put through. Let's again be real. Everything is digital. Tax rate is digital. The tax service is digital. Everything's digital. It would literally be a case of going corporate tax code 12.5 or whatever it is in your country, getting digits increased to 15, save, done. That is how fucking basic it would be on a system, on a software, in a government, wherever it fucking is, in whatever country it is. It would be a case of that simple, like that. Yeah. So it's going to take 3 years, is it? Oh, that's funny. So you're just going to let them get away with it for another 3 years and doodle daddle, and then guess what? In 3 years' time, you think people are going to forget? No. Yeah. If they actually mean what you say in any way, shape, or form, which you don't, because they don't give a shit about us, they would do it, and they would do it now, and they'd make them. And not only that, they'd backdate it, and they would backdate it, but they don't. It's a fucking joke, all of it. Same with the climate change commitments. They're never going to happen. We have to take responsibility for ourselves at this point, because you literally cannot. Every single thing that they've said, if you go back and check the Conservatives manifesto from before they came into power, they have not done a fucking thing that is on that manifesto, which was the whole reason that they've paid for it. And everything has turned to shit. Literally everything. Every single thing. And because I'm watching Bloomberg TV and I'm watching the finance markets and I'm seeing what's happening there, everyone else, us lowly folk of the world, yeah, people are losing their businesses, they're losing their homes, they're losing their children, they're losing their minds, they're losing everything, every single fucking thing, yeah. And do you know who's not losing nothing? The stock market. Yeah, the FTSE 250, the SP 500. Those, they are balling. They are balling. Right? They are making their money and they are rubbing their hands. Oh, thank you so much, Globe. Thank you so much for being suckers. That is what's happening right about here. And the bankers of, I forget which one it is, probably Morgan Stanley. So see you next Tuesdays. I think they paid themselves some dividends to the tune of about 100 and something odd billion from the last year. So whilst people starve, whilst people lose their homes, whilst people are sat inside in fear, these fucking cunts are making billions. Billions on billions on billions. Do you think they're sad for you? No. No, they're not. And hence why they're probably not, and hence why the whole tax thing isn't going to take till 3 years to change, even though it's basically a dink dink in a software save. Let's face it. They think we're stupid. They think that the average Joe and Joess are stupid. That's what they are banking on. That's what they think. That's how they act. That's how they behave. They want us to work for them as their slaves and create their millions for them whilst keeping quiet and doing exactly what they say and not kicking up a fucking thing about it. And frankly, at this point, we need to wake the fuck up. Because this shit can't go on. It cannot go on. It is a joke. Our governments, are an embarrassment to us. They are not serving the people and they're not doing anything that we want. In the UK, what do we want? We want our NHS to be looked after. Are they serving the NHS? No, they are not. They're not using our money to give them any pay rises that they deserve, having given their lives for the last 16 months and continue to do so and work hard, non-fucking stop, relentlessly with no break. Like, what the fuck? But they give themselves a 10% pay rise and they give them a 1% pay rise. Okay. Cool. Next, police. Same fucking thing. They give their lives, and like, don't get me wrong. As I said before, there are bad guys and there are good guys, and we can't tarnish the good guys with the bad guys' behaviour. And the police are doing what they can within the remit that they have, under the orders that they have. They're following orders and they're trying to implement the law as best they can. That is their job. That's what they're paid to do, whether right or wrong. However, they are independent of government. They should be on our side, not theirs. And they aren't supported either. They aren't supported for their mental health. They aren't supported financially. They aren't supported with extra staff. And shit is going down right about now. Again, are they supporting them? No. Next, school. Just seen in the paper. Are they supporting education? No, they are not. They are actually reducing the amount of money that they are putting into the education system. Say what? So they're not giving anything to NHS or the police or the education system. They're also not giving enough to social services or mental health. All of these things are like real key right now. What are they actually spending their money on? That's what I want to know. And let's not forget they're reducing the army as well, so they're not spending the money on the army. So where is the money? Where is the taxpayers' money going? Where is every penny of that money going? Where is it going? And I've looked at the budget, and that's horseshit. So where is it going? Seems like it's going in people's pockets, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to have to do some naming and shaming. Sorry, guys. I watched this channel, and I'm going to put the video in, and it's from Africa. Love you guys. And this is absolutely disgraceful, and they all need to be named and shamed. So these are the top 10 African countries that are currently being used and abused by Western countries and have human rights violations, accusations, lawsuits in all of these countries against all of these companies. So there's several points here. One is Africa. Don't fucking deal with these people. Don't let them in your country. Start your own companies and do it yourself, and then sell the products that they're trying to abuse you for. Sell it back to them at a high price. I tell you what, as well, just before going to this, you know what we should have rather than a universal basic income, which is just like taking money for the government for free and just makes everyone lazy, basically. What we should have is a universal minimum wage. Universal minimum wage, i.e., whatever country the company is based in, whatever their minimum wage is there, that is the minimum wage for that company, regardless of what country it's in. You just you translate it into that equivalent currency, not change it to pennies. Some of these people in African countries are earning 12 cents an hour for a job that, if it was in another country, would be £10, £15, $15, whatever it is. We're fucking using it's straight slavery. Still though, all of these companies are guilty of it. So let me just name and shame. So 10 on the list is Nigeria. You've got all oil companies, Shell, Chevron and Total. All of those have got human rights violations in all of their companies and businesses that operate within Nigeria. People that have made allegations, claims, and lawsuits. There's insufficient regulation, insufficient pay, insufficient care, basically. So these companies are going there to abuse people in Nigeria on the basis that they think they can because they're from the West. And it's fucking disgusting. 9, Democratic Republic of Congo. All of the big tech companies are there. All of them are abusing children. All of them are using slave labor. All of them are committing human rights violations. Apple, Google, Microsoft, Tesla, Dell, they're using cobalt mines. Cobalt is a mineral that is used in all electronic devices, and every single one of them, all of those businesses are using children. They're using child labor, slave labor, at the very basic, as in not a normal basic wage like you would have in the West, as in pennies. Pennies. Think about that when you buy your next techie device. Yeah, you're supporting slave labor every single time. And then what do they charge you for it? You think about it, Apple phone, 1,000. New Apple phone? 1,000, whatever it is. I don't even know because I don't give a shit about this kind of stuff. 1,000, 1,500 for a phone. How much you reckon the people get for mining the components? Pennies. So they haven't got supervision, they haven't got regulation, they're using children, they don't give a shit when children have died. Children have died mining for the cobalt that is in all of your electronic devices. Let's not forget that. 8, Ethiopia. Clothing companies such as Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, H&M. There's various cases that are going on here. They get abused if they take a wee break. They get abused if they take a water break. They get abused if they do if they don't hit certain quotas. They're on 12 cents an hour for those nice clothes that you wear that you pay thousands of pounds for. 12 cents. 12 cents. Yeah. So fucking shame on them. 7, East Africa. There's a specific chain of supermarkets which are French. They've basically taken over. They've shut all the local supermarkets down. And they've completely obliterated all basically all of the local markets, all of the local business, making it really uncompetitive. 6, Central African Republic, Chinese-owned gold mining companies. All of these have severe environmental degradation and profound impact on the environment, as well as again, all of this, every single one of these top 10 is slave labor. Every single one of them is human rights violations. Every single one of them is paying below what is fucking universal basic wage. That's what it should be. Yeah. So whatever Tommy Hilfiger wants to pay people in America to do their job, they should be paying the equivalent translated into that currency for that person. The only reason they've gone there is because they know that they can use slave labor, and it's fucking disgusting. Next, Ivory Coast. 5, Mars, Nestle, Hershey, child slavery. There's even a case in Washington at the moment because children have died working for these companies: Mars, Nestle, Hershey. 4, West Africa. There's a company called Hapag-Lloyd, and that is a company that basically collects plastic waste and then goes and decides that it's going to use Africa as a dumping ground. And where does it collect all its waste? Oh, the West. Well done, America. Well done, UK. So basically, all of our plastic waste, because we're incompetent at our recycling and clearly can't change from single-use plastic to recycled, which would just be easier for everybody everywhere, that we are continuing to use and make single-use plastic, that we're then going, you know what, I don't really want it in our country. We're just going to send it to Africa because what? Like Africa's ours? Africa ain't our dumping ground. Fucking disgraceful. 3, Zambia. Chinese copper mines, poor health, poor working conditions, child labour. So the point of all of this is that nobody right now has a stance on being able to judge anybody else. Every single country right now should be solely focused on themselves and starting up their own economies, and they're sorting out their own people and just putting down the guns, putting down the military, putting down the warships, putting down the missiles, shutting down the fucking arms companies, and just going, do you know what? We need to sort out our own shit before we start bothering anyone else. We need to give a shit about our own country, our own people, and stop meddling in everybody else's fucking business. Stop sending shit to other countries for other countries to deal with. Stop arguing. Stop being petty. It's so pathetic. It's like a massive playground. It's like a massive fucking playground. It's like these people ain't grown up and they're, oh, I'm going to start a fight with you. Oh, grow up. Grow up. Seriously. It's enough already. Enough. Time out. Stick a fork in me. I am done. This is so ridiculous. The way that this is panning out now. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking stuff to deal with. And there's also a lot of solutions. And all of them can be done if we stop fannying around. And it's just a joke. It's like we're watching countries burn. We're watching Japan go down like a mudslide. That 100 people die. People are dying from heat exhaustion in Canada. You've got Hong Kong rivers in the streets. Like, people, when will enough be enough to wake people up and go, oh, do you know what? Might be an idea if we just stop fighting. Might be an idea, mightn't it? Might be an idea if we just started loving each other and giving a shit about each other and taking the time to understand and appreciate each other for all of our eccentricities, individualities, and appreciate the gloriousness that is us, and how each of us has something to give and each of us has something to share. And all this fighting is just wasting time. We're wasting time. We ain't here long. We are not here long. And we can either be the ones that let it carry on, let the same old shit carry on for centuries like it has before. We can go, no, we have got the people, we have got the brain power, we have got the fucking willpower, we've got the motivation, we've got the determination, we've got the fucking momentum to make the changes necessary to be the ones to make it right. So that forever and a day, it will be written that we did it. Don't you want it to be that story? That story, rather than, oh, we're the generation that just fucking let it all fucking go to shit. Like, wake up, people. Stop this nonsense. It's fighting, it's fucking anger. Just wasting time. It's wasting precious time. So that was more really, that kind of angry bit there, that was just more really at the government than it was the people. Love you guys. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on. I just really hate that they think that we're fucking stupid. They're treating us like we're stupid. And we're not. And all of this distraction, this nonsense, it's just, the longer it goes on, the more obvious it becomes. You know, all of their fuckery. And there's only so much that people are going to be prepared to take. You know? So, police, military, love you. You need to stand with us, not with them. Because ultimately, this affects you too. You know it does. So, much love. We can do this. We will do this. We have done this. We've already won. It's great. So, hands in. Yay! Go fam! Virtual hugs. I love you. And sorry that was a bit all over the place. Obviously, I haven't done one for a few days. I'll try and collect my thoughts in a more orderly manner for tomorrow. So, I hope you have a lovely, where are we? Evening. Oh, it's the 4th of July. America. I hope you have a really good 4th of July. Love you.